According to recent research from CRN, 72% of MSPs say juggling multiple tools has created unnecessary complexity. That's why we're exploring how ScienceLogic's Skylar AI is helping MSPs streamline operations and deliver standout services. First, we'll hear from Ellen Daniel, Senior Content Strategist from the Channel Company, who will share key research insights. Then Douglas James from ScienceLogic will join us to discuss how Skylar AI is solving these challenges head-on. Welcome, Ellen and DJ.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to be here.
Ellen, we'll begin with you.
Thanks, Kenna. So today I'll be sharing some research that we've done for an upcoming white paper. And for this research, we surveyed the global channel audience, 69% of which were MSPs. Respondents are ranging from those who provide networking and disaster recovery and business continuity services, managed security, help desk services, server virtualization, and public cloud. In this first finding, respondents were asked to describe their ability to differentiate their managed services in the current market. 35% are confident that they are highly differentiated and are delivering advanced, high-value services. 45% that they are moderately differentiating their services based on customer needs. For 13%, differentiation remains a significant issue. Today's MSPs manage diverse customer environments. 39% of respondents said they provide managed services for 50 to 249 organizations. 23% provide them for 10 to 49 organizations. It is likely that the majority of these are serving small or medium businesses without the resources to manage IT operations internally. 45% of respondents are managing over 2,501 endpoints, and 24% are managing 1,001 to 2,500. Just 12% are managing fewer than 250 endpoints. The number of endpoints that an MSP manages varies depending on the size of the MSP and the services they offer. As well as the number of individual endpoints, the complexity of client networks also impacts MSP's ability to deliver high-quality services. Almost a quarter of respondents are currently working with over 50 vendors. 27% have partnerships with 21 to 50, and 28% manage 11 to 20. Managing multiple tools and licenses that are not well integrated is inefficient, leads to increased troubleshooting time, and can be a drain on resources. A rise in licensing fees can also mean that vendor overload impacts profitability. 72% believe that juggling different tools has created unnecessary complexity. Just 9% disagree with this statement. If tool sprawl develops, reporting may be inconsistent across systems, and can mean that team members are too busy navigating between tools to focus on higher-level tasks that could lead to new sources of revenue or better experiences for customers. Consolidating functions into a single platform from a vendor can streamline management, improve efficiency, and reduce the risk of compatibility issues. Management complexity is an issue for many MSPs. It is particularly detrimental for those delivering security services. When dealing with a security incident, 10% said they have to investigate over 10 data sources. However, 62% have to investigate fewer than 6. Management platforms that offer centralized visibility provides a unified view of customer environments that can solve issues like this and make it easier to identify and resolve incidents. When it comes to resolving these security incidents, 38% said it would take less than 12 hours to investigate and resolve an incident. 24% said it would take 12 to 24 hours, and 9% said it would take more than 48 hours to resolve. These lengthy resolution times can impact customer satisfaction and business continuity, so having a robust incident response plan combined with a unified solution with features such as predictive analytics, machine learning, and intelligent automation is essential for speeding up incident resolution. Shortcomings in management platforms can make it harder for MSPs to modernize or launch new services, as teams are preoccupied with everyday management tasks. The biggest hindrance to modernization for respondents was budget constraints, chosen by 46%. Skills shortages were chosen by 32%. A lack of integration between management tools and complexity of IT environments was chosen by 32% and 26% respectively. 63% of respondents agreed that growing their business while maintaining healthy margins was a challenge, with just 17% disagreeing. Respondents were next asked for the features they look for in a management or monitoring platform. Integration with different platforms or tools was deemed the most important feature, chosen by 44%. And root cause analysis, autonomous remediation, and comprehensive visibility were also viewed as important. Two key themes are clear here. MSPs want tools that fit seamlessly into their existing tech stack, and they want to simplify incident resolution. Automation not only allows MSPs to identify and address security issues at speed, it takes on routine monitoring and maintenance, reducing operational burden and costs for already overstretched teams. For respondents, automation is most widely used currently for monitoring and alert, followed by security management, help desk and ticketing, and network management. All the areas identified are being used by over 30%. Contextual recommendations enable effective incident response by providing more detailed insights to inform decision-making. When asked the importance of having a platform that provides contextual recommendation and insights, 44% said it would be very valuable in incident response, with 32% saying it would be somewhat valuable. Just 2% disagreed with the statement. Staying ahead of threats for customer security is essential, and predictive analytics allow for this level of proactivity, enabling teams to anticipate issues before clients are disrupted, ensuring service quality. Just 30% have widely implemented predictive analytics and are seeing results. 30% have implemented it in select use cases, while 27% to implement it in the next year. In our final finding, 70% of respondents agree that traditional monitoring tools are no longer enough to manage customer environments, with just 13% disagreeing. Today's MSPs are managing a growing number of endpoints with increasing complex customer networks and are juggling multiple tools, which can slow down incident resolution. So it comes as no surprise that more advanced solutions are now needed. Those are all of our research findings. So Kenna, I'll pass back over to you for the rest of our discussion.
Thank you, Ellen, for sharing your research findings. Now let's turn to Douglas James from ScienceLogic to dive deeper into how to address these challenges. DJ, only 35% of MSPs say they're highly differentiated. What's holding the rest back, and how can AI help them stand out?
Thank you. Great question. Well, I think the important thing here is to acknowledge that being an MSP today is an extremely competitive environment. There's multiple reasons for this. One is it's extremely competitive for the pricing and the margin. It's extremely competitive when most MSPs are using same or similar tools, and also with budget constraints. So part of how ScienceLogic helps MSPs is we help unlock that value. And we do that by offering the suite of innovation and features in our software. And that enables our MSPs to focus more on their core business. So even though there's struggles for MSPs today, we're happy to help them with those struggles. So I'm really confident in our tooling today. It helps unlock this additional value. I want to talk a little bit about the data as well. I think a lot of MSPs feel overwhelmed with the amount of data they have today. It's just simply too much data for people, humans, talented people to analyze and understand. And that's where the difference comes in, particularly with our Skylar advisor. So we're all about giving enriched context-related data to our customers to help them make informed-based decisions, and not only help to solve problems quicker, but also to prevent problems from happening at all. And that's ultimately what I believe most MSPs want, is giving more value to their customers and doing something different that their competitors don't do.
With 72% of MSPs citing tool sprawl as a source of complexity, how does Skylar AI simplify operations?
We do this in a way that is easy for MSPs to adopt. So one, we're all about integration. So we recognize there's different tools in the market. We integrate with all the major players, but we're very good at getting the right data in front of the customers. And once you have the right data, it's about giving it the context. As I said before, there's simply too much data today for a modern MSP to cope with. So we help unlock that value by understanding the data and then helping automate those actions to provide quicker support and resolution. So as a general highlight, most of our customers, we've been proud to help them speed up the mean time to recover by around 40%. We help reduce the factor of onboarding new customers, which would typically be new devices, by around 60%. And then also, particularly with the suite of our Skylar tools, we're helping take new people who are joining a company. We're helping give them the right knowledge articles and generating the right content to help reduce the time it takes for them to be onboarded in their new role. And then as they grow in the company, our tools can potentially also help them to go from a level 1 to a level 3 much quicker. So we're really enabling, I like to call it, that we want to give the talented teams we work with and customers, we want to give them the superpowers to do more in their daily work and make work easier. That's our main focus.
Now, circling back to Skylar AI, how can it help scale services without scaling costs?
Sure. Again, a great question. So we keep talking to our customers about a maturity model. And the reason we do that is I think it's important to understand where they think they are in the market and also what's the ambition of the future. So we try to do it from a level 0 to 5. So we call this autonomic IT. So level 0 would be very basic, disconnected infrastructure, no automation at all. It's just reactive, no proactivity at all, just reactive. Level 1 would be coordinated. So there's a better synergy between departments and people are focusing their efforts together. Level 3 would be machine assisted. So there's some AI that's being used, but it's not particularly mature. It's at the starting phase. Level 4 is AI advised IT. So now we're using AI to start saying, well, actually, how can you see an issue before it occurs? How can we help you solve that problem quicker? And then the ultimate dream, which I do believe is a reality for any MSP that dedicates their time to this, is the autonomic IT. So we're empowering the system and our people to automatically solve issues and give better quality to our customers, reduce downtime, better data, better reporting in a fully automated way where it makes sense. We want to give our customers the control of where they have their data. And there's a big focus on data sovereignty right now, especially in the European market. We give our customers the choice where to host their data and how they react to their data. And I think the beautiful thing about our Skylar suite is it's an amazing technology, but the results will be different from MSP for MSP because their content, their processes, their knowledge is different from customer. So I think it's a really exciting time right now.
Now, DJ, almost a quarter of MSPs work with more than 50 vendors. Now, that's a lot. How does Skylar AI help reduce vendor overload and streamline management?
So I think the important thing here is to try to simplify the complexity. So again, lots of vendors have different tools. I do appreciate, there's no one tool to rule everything. Different tools and functionality have different means and needs. But where I think we're positioned very strongly as ScienceLogic and the Skylar suite is that we play well with others. So we're proud to integrate in a very good way with specific tools. So we have a functionality called PowerFlow where we can take data from a completely external source and integrate that. For example, ITSM. Some people think it's a boring topic, but I would actually say it's probably the whole key to having a successful operations is making sure your IT service management platform is updated. And one of the ways we do that, for some of the big providers, for example, ServiceNow, we can sync in a highly automated way any information that's relevant to the CMDB. Again, dirty data gets dirty results. Most of the MSPs I talk to struggle with having 100% accurate data. And I believe that we can help them get there by using, again, smart machine learning and letting the machine do the hard work. That's what I like to say, and auto-updating the correct fields that give value to the business. So that's one example of how PowerFlow integrates with something like an ITSM platform. And then I think something that we're very good at is we're using Skylar Analytics. So we're taking data that you can both put in and take out of the analytics engine in an ODBC format. So we're giving customers an extra level of granularity in their data that they might not have had before. And again, this is not just the ScienceLogic product. This is data from other sources. Not only that, but the data that they get and can react on with Skylar, they can also export to other similar tools like a Power BI if they want that data to be somewhere else. So again, it's about we're giving the customer the option to react to their data and make intelligent AI-powered decisions. But then we're helping them, give them the option to put that data where they want, if they want it in a different tool to empower their business.
How does modern AI-powered monitoring look like? And how does Skylar AI deliver it?
Our customers say to us that a modern MSP operations is all about giving more value to their customers. It's about enriching the service that they can give to their customers today and tomorrow. And it's also about, and here's the key, it's also about being proactive. So as I said before in the start, it's an extremely competitive environment we have today. And the way to get ahead is to make sure you avoid downtime, avoid outages, make sure the customer is always up to date with what's happening. And I believe our tools do exactly that. We will help make the right decisions, give the context to the data, and ultimately have people using less time on fixing manual issues and have them more time focusing on their core business and growing their business.
Integrations were ranked the most important factor in choosing a platform. How does Skylar AI meet that need while enabling growth?
Sure. So as part of our platform, how we absorb data in, for example, into the ScienceLogic platform, we have something called Power Packs. So Power Pack is really a collection of what we call a dynamic application, which is a certain technology or device. How do we get data from that device? How do we do events? How do we react? How do we make reporting and dashboards? And we have over 500 of these where we've worked directly with the vendors to make sure out of the box, customers can get a really good start. Not only that, we have a tool for example, called the Dynamic Application Builder, where customers that would like to make some custom device management or custom reporting or dashboards, they can use our tools to easily make extra features that aren't out of the box. We also have a very good professional services department where we can also do that on their behalf. But again, I want to keep reiterating, we want to give our customers the choice. Our product, I think, is very good and the services work very well, but often customers have perhaps 15, 20% they want to do slightly differently their own way. And we give the customers the choice to either do it themselves, and we give them good tools to help them in that process, or we have professional services that will make it on their behalf. The second thing I'd like to point out is the data enrichment. As I keep saying, accurate data and large amounts of data is a big thing, and we will help enrich that data. So again, it's AI-powered driven results and metrics. And why do we always have these dashboards and this data? That's because we want to make the right decisions for our customers and for their end users. Again, continue to be focused on is giving the customers the right data first time round, even as simple as getting the correct case to the correct team. That can be fully automated today instead of people manually sending cases back and forth. So they're just 3 examples how I think we're really changing the game in the way we present data to the customers. But the final thing I wanted to highlight is the way our customers use our tools will change. So a lot of other traditional tools might have a classic event type dashboard where they're looking into a problem and they're assigning a case. But the whole point with Skylar Advisor, we're having a role-based advisor. So role-based could be someone who's senior management that wants an overview of the business, how are we performing, how many customers and how many transactions. That can all be supported. And then for someone who might be a network operations manager in a NOC or a security operations manager, they might want more detailed data. And that persona we have in our system to give them the data in what makes sense to them. And also, more importantly, the format. Some people like a long list of things that is happening or should be looked at, and other people like a short summary and a bullet point form. So we have a portfolio process for people using our products that can guide them through what data they want to look at and what profile it is. But the important takeaway here is that instead of logging in and trying to find the problems yourself, again, we're focused on being proactive. Skylar Advisor is your personal AI-powered assistant to say, good morning, DJ. We think you should look at these 5 things today, or you could have an outage in your credit card department by next week. And this is what I think is absolutely game-changing. So I'm really impressed with the speed and the dedication from our teams, and the feedback from our customers so far has been very, very positive.
DJ, how do you make this relevant for teams that want to get started using this product?
We take the time to ask our customers for feedback. So I'm really proud that we have a very active community at ScienceLogic, something we call Nexus. We encourage feedback from our customers. I think we're good at listening to what they want and trying to tailor the product to our needs. And then I suppose the good thing is our product is extremely flexible. So like I said before, most of our customers would use probably something about 80% of our out-of-the-box features. It's a very powerful tool. And then we'll work with them either to help them do it, or they can choose to do it themselves to add those extra customizations. So we're always willing to talk to our customers about how we think they should best solve an issue and also help them get there.
How can MSPs get started on this journey with ScienceLogic?
So the key here, I think, is just to get started straight away. So as I said before, I think we have a really good set of offerings and features that can enrich and empower businesses. And more importantly, as I said before, give your teams the superpowers they need to be better at their jobs. And how we do that is we walk through everything with the customers. So we have a series of workshops. They can just be from 1 to 3 days, where we'll talk through the whole process with the customers before they buy. What do they expect to get back from our product? How will it empower their teams? And then a whole implementation plan. So I think we're good at guiding our customers. It's a good feedback process. And ultimately, we do everything we can to ensure our customers are successful, not only when they purchase our services, but also through the journey they have with us throughout their time.
DJ, you shared a lot of great information. There seems like a world of possibilities with Skylar AI. Where can we learn more?
Sure. So if you go to our website, ScienceLogic.com, we have an area of giving a guided demo. We also have a trust center part of our website that explains in detail about how we're a very secure product. We also have customer cases to give you an idea of how our customers are being successful. And then there you can order a live demo and an intro from us, where we'll be happy to walk you through the tools. And not only that, we're happy to walk you through the business value and help you get that value you want to your business.
Thank you so much for joining us, and a big thank you to Ellen and DJ for sharing their insights on how ScienceLogic is helping MSPs simplify, scale, and succeed. For the Channel Company, I'm Kenna Johnston.